Hello, guys. Welcome to the third episode of the podcast. Sorry that I've taken a hiatus. I was fairly busy doing the tour, DJing around the country, festivals, clubs. Then I have gone to Tbilisi, Georgia. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's like the UK in the 90s. Everyone's very proud of their country. Everyone loves it. And as you can see, it is damn good here. Like, it's beautiful. It's very nice. The weather's very nice as well. So I've been enjoying it here, been here 2 weeks. I'll be coming back here in about 3 weeks to do 3 months here. This is the sort of place that I think I could live, but obviously you don't know if you could live somewhere after 2 weeks. So, the UK, not looking too good at the moment. I've been saying that probably for about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Not good. We've got everyone believing that it's the time for peaceful protests and showing strength against the government and the strange little people running the country and the strange, scary people who they seem to like so much at the expense of the white British individual. Yes, I did just say that. Sorry, sue me. I am here outside a 12th century church that was part of a monastery. Got a view over the bowl of Tbilisi. I have spent 2 weeks here, as I've said, and in that time I have seen such differences between this country where people are like, don't go there, it's dangerous, the Russians will get you, and the UK. Since I've been here, I've had literally nothing but welcome, friendly people, great food, nice, safe streets, clean, really good functioning society. And I understand that 20, 30 years ago, Georgia was not doing so well, and it is awesome to come here for the first time and just see an incredibly vibrant, beautiful society that works. And when I say a vibrant, beautiful society that works, I don't mean some random mishmash of people from all corners of the world. No, I don't mean that at all. I won't go into too much details about why I like Georgia so much, but I think you'll be able to guess it, and it's because, I guess, no one's floating across the Black Sea on a dinghy. Maybe that's part of it. Now, I apologise that I haven't done one of these for a while. As I said, I was busy. I was supposed to be doing these weekly, but a couple of my friends rang me and said, Tom, you've got to do those again. It's good. It will go somewhere, and so that is what I will do. Now, I've been consuming an awful lot of media from the YouTube with the English people, a couple of ex-soldiers, you know, the guy that walks through the field and talks about how fucked the country is, or the Lotus Eaters, or any other UK-based, in both senses of the word based, content creator that is doing their part to talk about the country, the state of the country, and the things happening inside the country. Now, a few days ago, I launched a cryptocurrency meme coin. Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to try and sell it to you here, but it was called Boat, and it featured a graphic of 4 gentlemen on an inflatable boat crossing a body of water. One of those gentlemen was of English descent, let's say. One of those gentlemen were of Albanian descent, let's say. One was of East African descent, okay? And the other one was of some sort of South Asian descent, because this was a multicultural project that was fictional, based on no true events. It was a work of satire, and so if anyone tried to lock me up in jail for being a bit spicy, well, I would point to the English gentleman and the Albanian gentleman and the East African gentleman and the South Asian gentleman, and I could say, look, this is the opposite of what you think it is. We're actually celebrating our differences. South Park. We know it, we love it, we adore it. Now, that project was not good. Not good. And I'm going to have to take stock of that, because I may have posted a video of Nigel Farage that I obtained from Cameo saying that he was proud of the boat people. And then a couple of hours after that video was posted, the Telegram chat that was in mysteriously got taken down. So, yeah. If you see me If you see me in the papers, you'll know it was that. You'll know it was that. You'll know it was that. Anyway, enough of that crap. Very boring. What we're talking about is how on the 13th of September, which I will be attending, there is the humongous march in central London. And if you're watching this video and you're in the UK, there is no excuse. You must come to this. If there are 500,000 people turning up to this event, 750,000, 1 million people turning up to this event, it only says one thing. It says that our country has had enough. It's had enough of all the bullshit. It's had enough of being trampled over by the government and the people in our country who we do not want in our country. And it's time to change the conversation. It's time to change the narrative of what was deemed socially acceptable. It's done. It's finished. It's all done. I'm sick of it. You're sick of it. Your mum's sick of it. Your sister's sick of it. Even your lefty loony uncle who was like, oh, it's okay, has now changed his mind after we found out that trespass is now completely okay as long as you come out from a migrant hotel and into someone's house. If I went into your house, I'm pretty sure I'd get arrested. If you went into my house, I'd knock you out and then we'd both get arrested. Well, not you for trespassing. I don't know. Maybe. If you were a white British person, you would also get arrested as well. You know, they just lock us both up. Now, that case the other day with the gentleman in his hoodie and his scary face with his beady little eyes staring at the female police officer who was trying to keep a straight face whilst a crowd around her was going, so you're not going to lock this man up for trying to get into a woman's house? No, of course we're not. Of course we're not. We're just going to lock up the blind lady's daughter who stood up for her mother and also do her on a drugs charge because she had a little bit of cannabis in the house. Fantastic! And I know everyone's covered this, but seriously, the fact that someone calls the police come, and then they arrest the person who called the police on a minor drugs charge for having some flowers in their house, that the government goes, I don't like the flowers, even though you can get it on a medical prescription, even though the government grows it, even though British Sugar is one of the largest growers of this flower in the world. We lock up the lady, the white British lady, who had an illegal migrant go into her house. Okay, that's the state we're in. And everyone I talk to here in Georgia, I tell them about the state that we're in and the problems we have, because they think that the UK, like everyone around the world, they think the UK has streets paved in gold and that we're all just swimming in money and you just turn up and then you get given money. Oh, wait, that's kind of true, isn't it? Not for us, obviously. But if you do just turn up one day, then you do just get given money and you do get given lodging. And I don't think, well, no, actually, no, the government aren't idiots. All of these people who are controlling this policy, they're not idiots, so they do know. They do know that giving someone £40 a week or £250 a month, that's more money than half of these people make in their whole 6-month period, right? If you're in shithole like the fucking backwaters of Bangladesh, right, where literally you're just wading through paddy fields and getting bitten by snakes, and you're earning $1 a day, okay, for your labour, and you say, oh, we could go to England and we could get given like 10 times this and get free lodging in like a hotel, ooh, plus food, plus phones, plus this, plus that. Fantastic, sign me up. Mate, if I was in that position, I'd be over there straight away and I'd be bringing my brother, my sister, everyone would be coming along for the ride. It's a joke. It's a joke, but we already know it's a joke, don't we? It's not like we're sitting here going, oh, Tom, you're telling us something new. But I feel it is time for the conversation to firmly change and to change permanently. There is no way that we can accept this going forward. Otherwise, we're just going to all die of strokes. How can we keep seeing news article after news article after news article of this same bullshit and just think it's fine? And this isn't something that's going to be fixed like that. It's not just going to get fixed on the 14th of September, one day after the march. It's not just going to get suddenly fixed. And Sir Mr. Keir Starmer making up an X post, a Facebook post, a tweet, or whatever it is, going, I think we should deport the illegal migrants. Shut up, Sir Mr. Keir Starmer. No, you don't. You've always been a lefty, loony lawyer all of your life since you graduated from the same law school as Tom Birchy. Love putting that one in, even though the man is an absolute piece of work. This man has always been firmly on the side against the British people. And for a while that's been okay, with the whole, the West has to do their part. With the West being a colonial force, we must do our best to give back to the people who we exploited. Well, let's be honest, right? The times that most of these ex-colonial countries lived in their best quality of life was when they were being run by the British Empire. Ever since the British withdrew from half of these countries, they have gone to shit. Some random bloke and his family and his clan seized control of all the national resources in all of these countries, every single one. And now they sit there driving around Maybachs in fucking private jets, Maybach in the private jet, coming to London to buy some £100 million townhouse in London off the back of the mineral resources of some ex-colonial country. At least when we ran it, it kind of ran smoothly. And there's going to be some moron in these comments going, actually, colonial period was very exploitative of the local... No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The British Empire did not be some massive mineral farm for England just to go... Just was not what it was. It's so crazy how revisionist history can be when... In reality, why did the British Empire want a humongous colonial empire? It's because we considered ourselves to be the most enlightened people in the world, and we took it upon ourselves as our God-given duty to go and make these shithole countries good. Genuinely. Not only did we make them good by building roads, building schools, building hospitals, educating, lifting up the population. No, we didn't just do that. But we created functional government in these countries so that rival little clan groups didn't just murder each other because they're a slightly different shade of beige. How were we born into this? How were we born into this? Whereas 150 years ago, had I been born as a upper middle class lad, I'd have been off to India with a big hot coat on, a big old gun, and I'd be like, right lads, let's get to work. Seriously. How is now the peak of our society someone becoming a TikToker, YouTuber, Instagrammer, a live streamer? What the fuck is that? And I know, I sit here, I do this, right? But this is not my main hustle. I like to do this to communicate, to get the views, to push an idea. I don't care how many TikToks I've got, how many fucking followers I've got. I don't care. I just want to connect the audience to the business, and that's why I do this. But it's so sad that 90% of our school children go, I would like to be a YouTuber. I want to be a streamer. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Fuck off. Fuck off. Do you think if you ask a Chinese kid what he wants to do when he grows up, he's going to say TikToker? Of course he's not. He's going to say rocket scientist. He's going to say fucking astronaut. He's going to say military, or just something that's at least a bit respectable, you know? Or probably quant trading. He's going to, I want to do quant trading. Good for him. Good for Ling Ming. Fuck yeah, Ling Ming. Banger. It's sad. It's so sad. And like, when I was in the US at the start of this year, I felt like it was different there. Like, yes, okay, lots of the young people do want to be in that pop culture. I want to be a TikToker. I'm going to move to LA and be a TikToker. But it's not the whole country. We were in Missouri, right? The lads I was hanging out with in Missouri barely knew what a TikTok was, mate. They'd seen it on the news and they were like, oh yeah, that's getting banned and it's some Chinese shit. All they wanted to do was shoot guns and fucking do business. That's all they wanted to do. That's living. Freedom. The American dream is not dead. Some places it is. But on the whole, America at least clings to some reality. America at least gets up in the morning and looks at itself in the mirror and goes, all right, I still am the same guy. Whereas Western Europe, we're not the same guy. Waking up in the mirror, pointing at yourself in the mirror and going, fuck me. Who are you? That's literally us. That's literally what our country is now. We point ourselves in, literally, who are you? Spider-Man, but one of the Spider-Mans is fucking black. You know? What's he called? Venom. Yeah, it's Venom pointing at Spider-Man. There we go. Do you know what the one saving grace is, ladies and gentlemen? And they're probably going to throw me in jail for this one. All right, so let's go. Let's go straight to the cells. Remigration is becoming something that people are talking about. Remigration is being said. At least the word is being said. Because if you had said that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you'd be in jail. Jail for saying remigration. Jail for suggesting that. Jail for suggesting that people who are not from the United Kingdom should have to fuck off. And look at Ant Middleton. Right? Ant Middleton ex-special forces, now is in his political arc. Okay, so at least he commands the respect of the average man. He's not just some podgy motherfucker that went to Eton and is like, oh, I'm going to say what the masses think. Ha, ha, ha. Like Boris. I love Boris, but he's a posh little twat, and he's never done anything apart from, oh, I'm going to write for the newspaper. Ha, ha. I'm going to do politics. Ha, ha. I'm going to have a party in COVID and then pretend that that's actually why I'm getting kicked out. But in reality, I can't be bothered to do this anymore. Ha, ha. Ant Middleton, screaming from the rooftops that we should deport not first generation, not second generation, but up to third generation fucking migrants. Ant, are you okay? Are you going to get arrested? Do you need help? Ant Middleton speaking at the rally, 13th of September, which is going to be peaceful. It's going to be calm because they can't get us anymore. They can't just go, oh, far-right thugs are descending on X. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's children. It's old people. It's women. It's young men who genuinely are concerned about the state of the world, about the state of their country. You can't just lamp everyone together as far-right thugs. It doesn't work anymore. No one gives a shit. If you go on the internet right now and someone puts up one of these loony stories about how immigrants are giving us 0.2% of GDP, comments now are just... It's like someone's got a Mach 11 and they're just firing it around going, no, we're done with this. We are done with this. We are done with this. And MI5, police, everyone who's like watching this and going, well, that Tom Birchy guy, he's a bit radicalised. No, I'm not. This is where the country is. This is the centre ground of the country. This is where we are right now. This is where we are. And we're going to show that by changing the conversation. We are going to shift it away from, a woman can be anyone. And, yeah, we must give houses to migrants and free money. No. Nobody thinks that anymore. And so the conversation will shift. And then the people who say those ridiculous things anymore going forward are going to be in their little bubble of lunatics. And the rest of us, the 98%, the remaining vast majority of our country, we can just go, oh, well, that was a bit of a stupid decade, wasn't it? Right, never again. Never again. Never again. I see people going that we're going to have a civil war, and I'm very, very, very not believing that. I do not believe the UK is going to have a civil war because the UK, for whatever reason, is a very pacifist country on the whole. On the whole. And also we don't have the means to do that. To be honest with you, we don't have the means. If we were in the same situation and we were in America with the fifth, it's not the fifth, is it? Second. Anyway, doesn't matter. Fifth is right to stay silent, which I probably should have used from the start of this podcast, but never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we come from an amazing, amazing history as British people. We really do. We are the envy of the world. And when you speak to Georgian people, they talk about the empire. They talk about the royal family. They talk about the greatness that we were. And I say that is not there anymore. That is gone. But it can come back. It can come back. We just all have to be singing on the same hymn sheet. We can't just be pretending that we owe the world something because we were better than them and we fucking ran things. And then we saved everyone's arses in the fucking wars twice, along with the Russians, to be fair to the Russians, but not in Georgia. Not going to give. Anyway, we saved their arses, and what do we get in return? Bankruptcy. And our bankruptcy has allowed this wickedness, this sick, twisted wickedness to take over what was such a formerly great society and great people. I think it can be saved, but it may not happen in the next decade, 2 decades. I just don't know. And as much as I like Nigel Farage, I don't think he's the man for the job either. But at least he's a step in the right direction. At least reform is showing that a new party can come through. But it seems they're as captured as the Tories and Labour. You know, having this we don't know about what women prisoners are, and and then having like Hamza Yusuf as I don't know what his name is, but the fucking geezer who's kicking off about banning burkas. You could have had it all, Nige. You could have had it all. You could have had it all, man. And yet, no. Look, folks. I'm going to go now. This is a little 20-minute one. God bless. For God and the Empire. For health, wealth, and success, and all of the rest. God bless. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like, and all that crap. Hey, MI5, be nice to me, please. Come on. No prevent agenda. No nothing like that. This is where the common British man is sitting at the moment. This is where we are. You can fight it, or you can just accept it and go, maybe we could have our wonderful country back again one day. One day soon, we hope. I'll see you in London on the 13th of September. It's going to be a day to remember. Make sure you come along. Bring your friends. Bring your family. See you there.